Hello, my name is Chico's Emergency Podcast, The Reign of the HYKSOS and Their Fall. I didn't make the title that long for the podcast because why the fuck? You know? Final one. Stay woke. I want to exhaust everything from my head. Just get off this because I love certain parts of my community, the black people, across all nations. I'm a Kenyan. But just across all nations and places, real niggas exist and real niggas should link up. Real niggas should share information, whether you're from the ghetto, the suburbs. I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up, lower middle class, so not an eventless life, not in the picket fence. No. But I grew up relatively better off. And we all have different experiences. We all have different knowledge. We all have different perspectives. But there's one thing we can all agree on. It is that there is a prevailing system of influence and power. Military might, especially now, because its economic might has fallen. And this system is falling as well. This is the HYKSOS dynasty of Egypt. This is the Levi. This is the Babel. This is the white power structure that has ruled most of where we come from as black people. Not the whole world, but where we come from, Africa, the ghettos in America, France, the ghettos in Britain, the Caribbeans, South America. If you identify as black, and you identify as black, not black and. I'm speaking to black. I'm speaking to a person who would come back to Africa and just look like an African. Culturally, there may be differences, but you come back to Africa proper, like Congo, and you look like you can fit in. You have the epigenetic material, a 66% ratio. Then I consider you black. Dots. Shout out to the black ands. The black ands is the mulattoes, the mixed. And you clearly are mixed. You're biracial, especially specifically the biracial folks. If you're biracial and less, meaning you're biracial and then you have, let's say, half black, you have a third black, then you're black and. You're not us. You're black and, There's a term we all know. We're all raised in this way. We're all raised to be woke. And somehow them white folks and them gay folks, who are mostly white, the LGBT and all these other mother suckers came to just steal our shit. They just took it. Say, no. Be woke is protect gay rights. And Obama came to Kenya's bitch ass. Is, black and bitch ass. It's like, instead of addressing problems of American imperialism in Africa, he came and started spreading LGBTQ nonsense. And I have nothing against gay people or LGBTs, but there's bigger fish to fry. People are starving, people are dying, and it's not because you can't farm or it's because the government won't let you, because the government has been hijacked by economic forces beyond the government, the IMF representing those forces, Carl Schwab and Klaus Schwab, that is, and all these, white pigs ruining things. And instead of addressing that and helping in those fronts, he came and started talking about gay people. I was like, motherfucker, black people got issues. Chill biracial ass. Get out of here. Isn't it racist to call him the first black president? That's racist because he does not inherit not even a single drop of foundational black American epigenetic memory. Epigenetic memory. Go do your research on that. Anyways, or even black memory. Because harmful shit happened everywhere to black people. He does not inherit any blackness. Apart from half, which is his dad. Half does not make you black. Half makes you black and. That's science. That is not racist. So we have something called Be Woke. And I checked you there. I checked a lot of you on that woke thing, on that race thing. And I just did that on the first episode. Be woke for what they're doing. Be woke for how they how they treat us. Being woke had everything to do with black people and their experience in the antebellum South during the Jim Crow era, and even before that, and even after that. It's that in the system, in this Leviathan, in this beast, in Babylon, even when they treat you not, even when they serve you, even when they chauffeur you, be woke. Even when you have a white ass bitch sucking your dick, be woke. You're not one of them. Even if you're culturally raised up to fit in their society, they will never accept you. They will always have a foundational issue with you. And I will explain it here. I am a swirler, a professional swirler. And by that, I mean, I'm into not only fucking women, but, you know, I'm into the whole business of invading a lot of white cooter. In my exploits, I came at certain observations and conclusions. I reached the point of no return. I realized that we cannot save the black community. Too many black people hate themselves. It's the reason they even go for the, when mulattoes say they're black, they go for it. They hate themselves, so they just go for it. It's easy to just hook them in and bait them in. You have someone like Lotso, who's a big star. And recently, I remember seeing something about her not liking black people. I was like, you don't like dark-skinned people. It's a lot of colorism. And you will have a brother, dark-skinned, it's like, yeah. It's like, you son of a bitch. So it's gone. It's gone. You just have to admit that the community has to be rebuilt. It must be rebuilt. We got to burn it all down, as Kendrick said. Now, we won't build it up as a 5%ers. We'll just build it as black people. Real niggas will build this shit back up. But don't be confused. Those are my dogs. There are invaders. There are people who their whole purpose is to spite us, to try to infiltrate and influence us. And this happened especially in the French-controlled islands like Haiti. If you've studied colonial history about mulattoes, they were used against us because they're half white, So a mulatto will talk with the white master, then come back and pretend, I'm black just like you, all that nonsense. I want you to be woke and stay woke. Be woke and stay woke. We have a lot to do. We have a mission, And the first thing you have to do is to deconstruct racism. You must deconstruct why they are racist. Now, there's history you must know. The Moors in Europe. You must know that. Do your research on black people in Europe and Muslims in Europe. Blacks and Muslims together were called Moors. And Jews. They all came together to Europe. And they were a military expedition of the Umayyad Caliphate. They conquered things. And they ruled areas of Southern Europe. And in Northern Europe, they were welcomed as guests in their society. This is way before the formality of racism was established. Because racism is born in Umayyad Spain, Moorish Spain. Even though the use of the word nigger is born in Spain due to the Reconquista, the kicking out of the blacks, the browns, and Jews by the whites from northern Spain. Kick them out. Why were they kicking them out? This is the beginning of hatred towards black people. This is the beginning of racism. This is the very beginning. It has nothing to do with them invading, in fact, because they invaded and gave these whites knowledge. And I'm telling you, it was an invasion. Invasions happened before that from the other side. So it's not like we did it first. We did not do it first. They did it first. But we did it again. So this is our first official invasion after their invasion of Northern Africa. So now we go and invade now. So they started. Then we went. Then they kicked us out. Then they installed racism, and has been working for 900 odd years, 1,000 odd years till this moment. What was happening in Spain was a bunch of black, brown, and were fucking the shit out of white bitches and having a whole lot of interracial kids, changing the entire racial makeup of southern Spain, which was once white. Remember, southern Spain used to be, this is after the fall of Rome, southern Spain used to be white. And they wiped them out. Southern Spain became so mixed, so assorted, so beautiful. We introduced color, culture, mathematics, advanced physics, chemistry, chemistry, mystery schools of Kemet. You should do a little Malachi Z. York, never hurts nobody. If you're black, go search up Malachi Z. York. Chemistry. We built things that still stand till this very day. We had paintings. Go look at the Black Mary. The Black Mary is a black painting of a black version of Mary, the mother of Jesus. And I hate religion. I absolutely detest the three frogs of religion. I detest religion. But guess what? These were Muslims and Christians and Jews, and they built and taught culture and food and music and all this that you consider to be Spanish. And they were kicked out by the northern Spaniards who were jealous of their big dingalings. This is the beginning. This is why they will always speak of white replacement. They will always speak of white replacement. They will always mention it, especially amongst the males. See, after that, they had to first of all get rid of most of the paintings they could get rid of all the images, depictions, appropriate knowledge that was created and taught by Moors as their own. Make it seem like they are the ones who brought it, who gave the knowledge, who we are the ones who are smart. They're dumb. They had to develop an entirely new branch of science that was total bullshit called phrenology, skull measuring. And from phrenology, they were able to be racist towards first the Irish, because the British are the ones who picked up the phrenology and really used it. Blacks, Jews, etc. Develop all these theories, say black people are just sexual beasts. We just fuck the shit out of bitches. We should be stopped. And brown dudes as well. And Jews. All Semites. And you have blacks and Semites. Semites, problematic. For us to survive as a white race, they must always be under our foot. That becomes the beginning of it all. Be woke, brother, because the Northeast Africans who invaded these parts of Europe, these are mostly Nilotes and Cushites, especially Cushites, Berbers and Tuaregs. And, we had some Nilotes, some Bantus, but for the most part, most Bantu tribes had never contacted that part of the world. So when the whites came to these Bantus who were new to the whole thing, these Bantus are like, oh shit, these are new people. They're all light-skinned and they're all can't really survive in the sun and oh shit. The Bantus get hoodwinked. The Bantus get completely fucked by the whites mentally because they don't know what's going on. They haven't interacted with you go to Sudan, take a painting. Sudan fighting against the British. The Sudanese had guns, but the Congolese had what? Bows and arrows. I'm not being a racist or tribalist when I say this, but yes, the Bantus have been behind. Historically, and even till this very present moment. So they had a certain image and depiction, and due to Christianity, the Bible and the gun, they start worshiping white people. But way before any of that happened, we were the ones who conquered them. They worshipped us, images of us. I am telling you, Even the knowledge of the Greeks was taught by the Egyptians in the Egyptian mystery school. This is Egypt before the HYKSOS. This is why I call it the reign of the HYKSOS. These are the pretend dynasties that controlled Egypt. These are the foreigners who control Egypt. These are the foreigners who control culture that is not their own, who appropriate culture, who claim to be the rulers, the originators, the smartest, the most brilliant, but they just have big militaries. They have nukes. That's all they really have. I'll admit the white pussy kind of good. They also got a lot of good white pussy. But we trash that all the time. Well, you know what niggas do. We in that. But they do got all these other, like, yeah. They, in terms of martial prowess, white people, bar none. White people have martial prowess. But when it comes to knowledge, we had the knowledge first. Black man, black woman. We had the knowledge first. Stay woke. Like, really stay woke. They are targeting us again. You know, again, these are the death throes of the Leviathan, the death throes of Babylon, the death throes of this white system that colonized the world and colonized the minds of most black people who are mostly Bantus. And were mostly peace-lovings, chilling in the village, you know, fucking with them for no reason. Fucking with them. We have a job to do as the enlightened ones, as the woke ones, to teach that all of this is just a white man's little dick fantasies or nightmares of us taking over. And we have already taken over. Be warned. This age is an age of change, of war, of shifting power. And we are legitimate targets. Even for nothing. You especially, and this is why I say this is an emergency podcast, especially for the black male, you are the living weapon, even when you don't do nothing. Even if you choose to roll over and say, hey man, take it. They won't just take it, they'll take it and do worse to you. They were buck-breaking slaves. They still try to catch niggas out of bounds. Be warned, man. Be warned, man. Nothing's really changed. Even in Africa as a Kenyan, nothing's really changed. And you will still have Africans who have the most praise for the religions, the philosophies, the traditions of people who, oddly enough, were taught those things by other people. Confused. You know, just confused. Acting like beasts when you should be acting like a black man, a god, or a black woman, a goddess. We have a lot to do. We have a world to change. And this is the reign that is coming to an end of the HYKSOS. What to do about it? We don't have the guns and the ammunition to fight them. What we have is the knowledge. And what is the knowledge? Being woke. Stay woke. Pass down the knowledge. Pass down the information. Teach. Brother. Each one, teach one. I learned from Simple the P. Philip Brandon Gilmore, rest in peace. I learned from Bishop. I learned from Andre Taylor. I really learned from the Pimp Game, really. I learned from Dr. Malachi Z. York. I learned from studying Haitian history. I learned from so many things. And then I broke it all down. And I've broken it all down into an easy series that you guys can listen to and share to adults specifically. And I would mostly prefer you share this to an adult black male. We have a lot of work to do. Stay woke. Stay prepared. And whatever field you're in, whatever profession you're in, do it to your best. And understand that your best, even to them, may never be enough. Unless you're in the bedroom, then, you know, you're God, you know. We'll wham everything, you know. Conquer. Do not be conquered. For the world is ours and the time is now. Honor, loyalty, strength, honesty. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you take care of your health, your mental health. Do the knowledge at all times. Watch out for bullshit all times. Listen to some jazz and some soul, get rid of all the negative stuff. I listen to a lot of drill music, but then I listen to a lot of jazz and soul because I need to be happy at the same damn time. Find your joy in other things, not in material wealth, because the Leviathan controls the banks. The Leviathan controls the material wealth. Why would they let you have more than them? They have clubs and allies. They must share the bread amongst themselves. Learn to be black. You may have the epigenetics, you may even have been raised as a foundational Black American, but you have to learn how to be black and learn how to be the best black man you can be. Learn on being a true, real nigga, okay? Be proud of it. Be proud of being black. Be proud of where we've come from. Be proud of where we're going. We have arrived, really. Be honorable, okay? As the Russian dude usually listen to music. Yeah, man. Stay a real nigga. Stay true, man. Stay true to yourself at all times. And watch out for the HYKSOS. And watch out for their children. I love you, brother.